Ugh. Oh my God. All right. Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Chaos Before Cosmos. If you are new around here, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Wanted to stop and say hello. Hey girl. How you doing? How you doing? Are you good? What's going on? I just on my way back from my love the lapis ring. Wait, that particular piece of lapis is it's fucking gorgeous. Like the photo actually doesn't do it enough justice with just how pretty like and how good quality like the piece actually is. Like the pyrite flecks in it are like really nice. Like it's a really nice piece. So hopefully somebody ends up enjoying that ring. But yeah, I've got a couple of other crystals that are going to go up today as well. And then yeah, slowly I'll work on the other stuff that I've got, because I've still got a lot of crystals to go through. Yeah, it just doesn't give it justice. But yeah, I stopped on my way back home from my CT scan to pick some rosemary, and I touched my eye, so straight away like allergies playing up from touching the rosemary and then touching my eye. But it is what it is. She'll be right. She will be right. Okay, whoa. All right, so we are doing what are you doing? Why I want it. Yeah, just in regards to my neck and my back, which has been like ongoing for since I was 14. So, but it's been a while since like I've had scans and stuff done. So, doctors just yeah, getting some freshies. Go down a little bit more. Okay. That's what I'm trying to do. What am I trying to do here? I'm trying to write a message. Banana, how are you, beautiful? What's been going on? Sorry, it's just somebody asked me last night if I like just to let them know if I got any downloads for them, and I had like a whole bunch of shit written down, but like I just sent like one word and like just got like question marks. So what are you talking about? And I was like, so I'm just gonna I'll just fill in the rest. So there we go. There we go. There we go. So it's so funny, you know, like I get people that like ask me from time to time to, you know, help them or to teach them something when it comes to like reading or channeling or things like that. And somebody in particular who already works as a healer, who's already a practitioner, is so like it happens a lot, right, where people actually just miss or like don't interpret what the signs, symbols, or synchronicities are, right? So a lot of the times when it comes to your spiritual gifts, like until you start like actually researching certain symptoms, like, you know, like itching of the nose or twitching in your certain twitches in your body, things like that, like you don't actually start to recognize that you know, like you're actually having, you're actually getting downloads or signs and synchronicities and things that you're just passing, kind of like passing off as you know, just random sort of shit, right? Not actually realizing that's your intuition. Or the other thing is that like people, if you're still in a space of like doubt or fear, you know, Spirit will like literally through your clairs will give you the answer, but you'll think about it and then you'll give the second answer, whereas like the first one would have been right. So yeah, I think somebody didn't realize just how in tune they actually were. Yeah, they've sort of missed the signs and synchronicities and the symbols. So, and that might happen for like a lot of you guys, right? Like where you just don't pick up on it because you don't know what it is, you know, or you're just thinking it's something else, something on the physical, you know, it's a physical symptom, but oh, like it just must be something wrong with my body, or you know, and it can actually often be a sign, right? Especially if you've been doing any you know, any kind of psychic or spiritual work, and you've opened up, you know, you've opened up your channels and whatever, and yeah, you might just not be interpreting it correctly, so to speak. Oh, that's not meant to, that doesn't go there. God, I don't even know where my shit goes, right? Fuck. Trying to tidy up my table, but I don't even know where my stuff goes. What is going on here? Alright. I just wanted to put away what we were using earlier because we don't need it, but we are going to be doing personals. If anybody is interested, we're going to do, I don't know, we might do some yes or no's today. Oh, my eyeball. My freaking eyeball. What's going to happen now if I do that? Is it going to... Damn it. Damn it. I was like, why you do that? Why did you do that to me? YouTube, can you stop changing the way things work, please, and just maintain consistency? For the technological retards. For the technological retards. There we go. It's all right. It's back there. Oh, your shit gets deleted a few times, huh? You're one of those people. You're one of those people who has like a really good life. Yeah, like, you know what I mean, collective, right? Like this is one of those people that has like a good life. You must be a hater. One of those ones that we call a fan, right? Just going back to previous activity, right? It's always interesting. Oh, you must, it must be personal, right? It must be something personal. All caps too, right? Got to fucking shout it, right? Needs to be seen. Got to be seen, right? We've got to be seen. Thank you, beautiful. Appreciate that. Thank you. I didn't even do anything. What can I help you with? What can I help you with? If you would like to grab a read, pop your question in the chat below. Love to see what you look like, right? But you got to hide behind your screen and your keyboard, right? That's cute. Again, you must have some sort of personal fucking issue, right? Because only insecure people try to project that energy onto others. You know, that's what people like you do, project. Because you obviously don't have anything better to do with your time, right? Nothing better to do with your time or your day. I did it again, didn't I? Let's go back to where'd it go? In the history. I'd say the only person who's triggered in here is you. Context to career, what's coming towards you. Yep, easy, beautiful. Okay. Sparks, you're going to be pleasantly surprised with something or like pleased with something. All right. So I don't know what this is, whether it's maybe an offer that you're getting, or if you've applied for something, it could be that you're getting some sort of offer, right? Something's going to make you quite happy though, or you're going to be pleased with something that comes through. Okay. This first thing I got for you is you're going to be pleased, right? Pleasantly surprised by something. All right. So, all right, let's have a look. We're going to use the Money Oracle deck first. We'll see. Offering, right? So what did we just say? What did we just say, right? What did we just say? So there's some sort of offer that is coming through, or this could also be, though, you needing to make some sort of offer, or you could be working on, again, like making offerings if you're working with certain deities, certain spirits, certain guides, things like that. But there looks like there's something that's going to be coming up that's going to be offered to you, which, like I said, you're going to be quite pleasantly surprised with, all right? All right, let's go over here with this deck. Hey, you know what, Amber? It feels quite personal, right? It feels like somebody's personally fucking upset with me, you know? Like, because if it's not personal, then, like, you seriously have got bigger issues than I do. If you think harassing people on their channels is far more productive than what I'm doing, like, you actually need to get your head read, right? All right, let's have a look. All right, so let's have a look. What's this offer, Spirit, please, and thank you. What's on offer? Okay. So whatever this offer is, oh, wow, I love that. 8 of Swords in reverse and the Sun. So it's going to give you some sort of freedom as well. Or, again, if you've been worried about where things are going to go or how things are going to progress, okay, it looks like, again, those... that limitation, those mindset, like whatever this is going to move into a more positive energy with whatever this offering is. So Knight of Swords. So again, there's going to be some sort of forward movement here. There could be somebody that's coming towards you to offer something, make some sort of offer. All right. But again, it does look like here it frees you. It frees up your energy, puts you, again, more positive energy, feeling more optimistic, upbeat. 10 of Pentacles is here. So whatever this is, it's going to... lead you towards that, right? The more that you continue to take action towards whatever this is, right? If it's a career path, a business, just a regular job, either way, it is going to lead towards financial success here. You might be juggling at the moment, or things could feel a little bit up and down. You could also maybe if there's more than one thing that comes to you on offer, you may decide to go one way or another, right? So there could be options or choices that could be coming up here. The Hierophant. So I don't know whether as well you maybe toss up between I want to say as well, like there may be a requirement, right? So I'm getting a requirement. There could be something that you need to learn still in regards to oh wow. So there may be something though that you still need to learn, right? With the Hierophant coming out, there could be even some sort of training, some sort of education that you might still need to do. All right. But it does look, it's like it's leading to again, like there's a lot of good coming out here. Page of Wands and the Nine of Cups. So definitely something that's going to make you feel upbeat. All right. Something that's going to make you feel happy. Wishes being fulfilled here. Page of Cups. So yeah, something that you've been, something that you've been hoping for, wishing for, something that means something to you. All right, again, 7 of Pentacles. So this will carry you for, I'm going to say like this is going to carry you for a long time. Spirit want you to get out of your head about whatever this is. Something is going to be changing quite quickly. I don't know why I'm also getting, if there's something in regards to your past, right, or past situations, people from your past, there is something here where there could be somebody from your past in particular. There's a change, right? I know this is, again, like not in regards to your work, but this is what's coming up in the energy. Tower, the 6 of Cups, Strength in the reverse, High Priestess in the reverse. Somebody's definitely holding back their emotions, their feelings. Okay, maybe this could be as well, whatever this change is that's happening for you, Sparks, this could actually cause or create a tower for somebody in your past, right? This could actually bother somebody in your past. This is somebody who's stuck in some sort of turmoil, right? Somebody, I feel like there's an energy here where Somebody didn't want you to be able to gain control of your situation here. Okay, you could also, you may also want to, or you may also keep something quiet, right, when it comes to family about what you're doing, or you need to keep something quiet. Yeah, I don't know. There could be something where Spirit don't want you to share your plans with certain family members. Okay, so I don't know, there could be certain family members that maybe when you share certain things, you know, they say certain things, or they could make you feel like you're not making the right move or something like that, okay? You know the truth, or you see the truth when it comes to, I want to say, like a particular family member, and it could just be that they think something's impossible, or you know, they're coming from their own limited perspective, their own limited mindset. All right, so but you know the truth, right? This person's got a lot of healing to do. So Spirit, like, don't let anybody get in your head about what this is that you're trying to achieve for yourself or what you're doing. King of Cups wants to keep showing up. So what's the King of Cups about, Spirit? Eight of Pentacles. So there could also be you could, I don't know, you could have been working a lot on your emotions, right? Trying to emotionally balance something out here. Or there could be somebody that you're meeting through work or at work. This could be a King of Cups, okay, that you could end up meeting through work as well. What just wanted to fall out there? Okay. Spirit's got a lot of messages for you. I don't know. You're getting a lot of you're getting like a lot of downloads or a lot of intuitive hits that could be you might be getting a little bit confused, right? Because there's like, I'm getting like there's a couple of different energies that they don't all have problems, or they all do have problems because they're focused on you with things that they shouldn't be. Like, it's got nothing to do with these people as to what they're focused on, but you might actually be getting a little bit confused as to what the messages are or who they're in regards to. There is somebody here who's been a little bit reckless. There's some sort of delays. You're not speaking to this person. Okay, there's somebody that in the past broke your heart or left you feeling a little bit in despair here. There's a cycle that's been closed, but for some reason, Spirit are guiding me to tell you, you need to maintain some sort of protection or some sort of boundaries here with this individual and hold back. Somebody could be wanting handouts here. Yeah, this is why Spirit's told me don't read the Six of Pentacles in reverse yet. Somebody who's struggling potentially with their finances, makes bad decisions, poor decisions here. This could be somebody who, again, has a lot of delays at the moment. This person could be somebody that you're not speaking to. Somebody could, when they find out what work you're doing, be wanting some type of help to recover, okay? Like seeing again that you're in a better place, and they wanting to recover, okay? Because they're having no success, no victory here, right? Love is in reverse. So yeah, there's this connection between you and this person. All right, but yeah, what is it they want? Yeah, they want your Nine of Pentacles when you get it, right? 12:12 on the clock. This could be a twin flame connection. All right, so if you resonate with that energy, this person's feeling very, very insecure. I don't know if this person puts you in a third-party situation or something of that nature, or too many people got involved, but there's something about that energy in particular that you still need to keep your guard up. We've got the Wheel of Fortune here, so definitely a turning point, a change of circumstances. All right, things are moving here. Queen of Cups, you're listening to your intuition. Okay, keep nurturing yourself, right? What it is that you're growing and you're building here. Okay, but again, maintain that foolish energy wants to come up again. I can see here you're either in no communication here, or you're trying to block communication from, you know, with this individual. Right, I don't blame you. King of Pentacles in reverse. So this person's struggling with their finances. And again, they're going to be looking at, you know, what you've got going on and how they can potentially benefit off of that. Okay, so again, secrets and illusions here. Again, whatever you're doing, you're making this person feel insecure. They don't like it. All right, they don't like it. So there might be, with chaos being out here, there could be something here, loose ends that you still need to tie up when it comes to that individual. He's blocked. Awesome. Awesome. So there may be some things here as well, though, that you might need to restructure. All right, we've got a surprise coming in here too. Sitting under surprise is happiness. So whatever the surprise is, it's going to be a good surprise for you. All right, which I love that. I love good surprises. We love good surprises. Continue to keep pouring into yourself as well. You've definitely got some sort of connection coming in towards you at some point. So I feel like once you've gained your stability, once you're, you've sort of looked at, or you've stabilized your base. All right, I feel like that's when you're going to be able to open up, or that's when the timing will be right for some sort of connection here. This connection, whatever this is, it's going to bring in like the unconditional love. Okay, this is actually an energy that's going to pour into you and nourish you. It's not going to leave you feeling drained. All right, be careful that you don't act defensive, or that you don't guard your heart or defend yourself against a potential like new energy that's going to be coming in here. Spirit are wanting you to hold on to hope, see the light at the end of the tunnel. Right, yeah, happiness is here. So we are rewriting, or you're rewriting your happiness here, but things are changing when it comes to what you're trying to achieve, or what you feel like would make you happy. Things are absolutely changing. You've been manifesting this, right? You're manifesting the change here. I don't know if you remember your dreams, or if you're having a lot of dreams. If you are, pay attention to them, but your intuition's shedding a lot at the moment with Apollo here. All right, lots coming in for you, especially in regards to the kind of changes that you need to make. All right, or what's changing. But like I said, if you've got a lot kind of going on, yeah, you're getting a lot of signs. Like I said before, there's a lot that's actually coming through for you that you could potentially be not like, kind of just like not being able to range into like who's who and what's what. So be practical about the downloads that you're getting, right? You don't want your ex back. Perfect, beautiful. Yeah, because three would be a crowd, baby, right? So, again, I don't know if your ex put you in a third-party situation, but it looks like, again, you've released yourself from, any kind of energies. 222, you are on the right path. You've released yourself from any kind of energies or limitations, right? Or toxicity, which I love that. It might have taken you some time, or again, like, it could have taken you some time to heal from that past situation. But it looks like, again, once that ending kind of happening, that's when your abundance, or you are able to become more creative, right, with your energy, because you weren't being depleted by this lower vibrational energy. I would say do it anyway, right? What's the harm in that? What's the harm? So, again, spend more time with people of like mind, similar beliefs, hobbies, creative talents, to give yourself a sense of community. Right, I don't know, it could be as well. Like, let's have a look. We did see though, did we see the Wealth and Travel? I can't remember if that was yours or was that collective. We can ask that as a straight yes or no, but I think you should either way. Like, why not? At least you're going to know either way if you get it. I was like, the first thing I saw though was the Two of Swords in reverse. So it's like, yeah, make the decision. Okay. Make the decision. Again, this King of Cups wants to show up here. Again, there's a King of Cups showing up in your energy with the Two of Cups. So 10 of Cups, that could be the relationship that you're in right now. But yeah, I would say, yeah, be confident. Spirit's like, yep, see all that paperwork, right? Go get that paperwork done. Well, I mean, the thing is that you're not going to know until you do it, right? Like, if you don't do it, you're already rejected. You've rejected yourself by not doing it. So I would take that leap of faith, because either way you're going to get an answer. Either way you're going to get some sort of answer. So I'm going to say somebody really wants a new beginning with you though, but it's only because of, yeah, success, your success. Why, man, I don't know why this person's heavy in your energy, right? Whoever this person is, like, you could have had a lot of arguments with this individual, or this person could want to fight their way back in, or that's just the energy that they're in, right? This past person, but they show up very, very heavy, right? So, Six of Swords in reverse. This person could just be very, very heavily in their thoughts and feelings constantly about you. Yeah, because of their delay. Something's not going right in their life. This person's watching you. They watch you. They watch you. They're also getting, yeah, like I said, very, very frustrated because they're still not having success and you are. It's creating a tower moment for this person, right? That's what it's doing. And again, that Six of Pentacles is in reverse on this deck too. This person wants you to give them something, right? They're going to want something from you. I don't know, babes. I don't know. There's no such person. You're like, no, you're not coming back. But yeah, very heavily in your energy, right? Very, very heavy. Very, very heavy in their emotions as well. But yeah, I would definitely do the visa. Again, like you're definitely going to have success there. So definitely take that action. Okay. Again, maybe that's the surprise. Maybe that's the surprise that's going to come is that application being accepted and you being granted that visa. I mean, you know, should there be a reason why you'd get rejected? I mean, you're not me. You don't have my history. So surely you should be fine. So where are you from now, babe? Like, where are you from? What country would you be going from to the States from? Now let me go back up because I think I saw Amber. You dropped a question. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. Didn't you? Maybe I was seeing shit. What are you not seeing? All right, we'll get that done in a moment. Who else is in here? Drop a comment. Let me know that you're in here. Say hello. Not you, Rangarock, right? You go do whatever you need to do, which is probably nothing but troll people on the internet. But good luck with that. Good luck with that. Amber. All right, let's have a look. See. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, there could be, right? Again, there could be. But again, it's you won't know until you try. You know, you won't know until you try. And go in it with a positive attitude, right? Don't be attached to the outcome. Again, just recognize that if it doesn't go the way that you'd like it to, that there's probably a reason for it, right? Or there's something different that Spirit want you to do. There's a different path. All right, so. But I like the energy overall. It's positive overall, except for the ex stuff, you know. But that's your ex's problem, not your problem. All right, what are you not seeing? What are you not seeing? Now, interesting, Amber. When I was channeling the energy this morning for that collective read, for some reason you popped into my head straight away. Like, and that'll happen from time to time with those of you on my channel. Like, I'll channel messages and then, like, certain people will come up in my mind and I'll be like, oh, okay, so I don't know, there could be a lot that was in that message that is actually for you. Dice. Well, with 12 coming up, it's so funny, girl. The question that you ask and what's on the dice, I'm just like, this is so funny. We've got the Sun, we've got 12, and we've got Virgo, right? So all of these energies relate to either things being hidden or being seen, investigated, right? So, okay, so it does look like that was gold. That was gold. All right. Give me a little bit more with that, Spirit. So there is something here that Spirit want you to look at. Okay, there's definitely something that Spirit want you to. As I haven't even shuffled this deck, right? I know I shuffled it last time I put it back, but I just split to the Four of Swords. So there could be something they're trying to show you through meditation, right? Through your dream state when you're resting. Okay, or answers that will come during rest. But there's definitely something they want you to look deeper into. This could be like something to do with your intuition, right? Wanting you to look deeper into some sort of sign synchronicity, something of that nature. Or this could also be looking deeper into something maybe that still needs healing potentially. Looking deeper at your dreams. All right, let's have a look, babe. Let's Let's get a bit more, Spirit. Four of Wands in reverse. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say. So I don't know. You are definitely not you are not my Queen of Wands in reverse. Why are we coming out with this energy? Why is this coming out? Four of Wands in reverse, Queen of Wands in reverse, Death in reverse. Okay. I was like, we're not still letting. Why are we still letting? What is still there? There's still something there. And look, I'm now remembering back to a conversation that we had a few days ago. Page of Swords to the Six of Cups, right? This could have something to do with family, right? I don't know if somebody maybe has said something about, again, like, or if somebody's still bringing up something about the choices that you're wanting to make, okay? Something about like your ideas, what it is that you're wanting to do. Okay, this could be, again, like making you feel insecure, right? Making you feel like you don't have what it takes to do this. Okay, this could be getting you frustrated. It's your brother and his wife. Okay. Page of Cups, right? It's put you into some sort of negative emotions about the whole situation. Nine of Wands, okay, making you feel like, yeah, you can't go the distance here. So you're avoiding, or it could potentially create an avoidance in change that you're needing to make with that manifestation with the Page of Coins here, right? So, you know, it could be time to look deeper into why their opinions matter. You know, what is it about? What is it about their opinions that still make you feel like your decision isn't right? Okay, because it's something that you need to heal, because it's creating, you know, it's creating issues, right? When it comes to feeling confident about the decision that you want to go in. All right. Don't, again, like you've spent a lot of time trying to balance out certain emotions here. Okay, but what these opinions, or what this could be doing is, again, like it's having effect on your subconscious. It'll definitely be affecting your subconscious, you know, but it's going to affect your conscious choices, your decisions, the you know, the calls that you make here, right? So this could be, again, making you make bad decisions or poor decisions, or not the right decisions for you with the Fool here, you know, not wanting to take that risk, okay, because we might be wrong, you know, you might be wrong. And you don't want to be wrong, especially when people have told you, okay? But you need to discard that energy, or again, spend some time here working through, or, you know, we need to find another method or tool to push through that a little bit more. So I know that it's not coming up as much as it used to, but it's still lingering. It's still a lingering thought that's going to impact the decisions that you make moving forward. And it's clouding your judgment here with the Ace of Swords in the reverse. It's clouding your judgment here, right? And with the Seven of Wands, you know, you need to be protecting, you know, yourself in that sense from the opinions of others. So it could be time to maybe, move in silence, right? Move in silence, okay? The Moon and the Queen of Swords, you know, don't tell anybody your ideas, okay? Keep it to yourself, because, again, with the Three of Swords coming out here, which was left behind on the table, it's just going to keep making you feel heartbroken, depressed, like, you know, sad every time you get these opinions. And again, these are opinions that are coming from a place of where they're at. Okay, so if, you know, if your brother and his wife don't have faith, don't have a strong belief system, or don't believe in themselves, then they're going to project that energy onto you. Of course, they're going to project that energy onto you, you know, and then it's going to start making you feel some type of way about the choices you want to make. And you know what the thing is, babe, right? Like we said this the other day, Like, and so what if you're wrong? So what if, we decide to make a choice, right? And we go down that path and it doesn't work out. So what? Great, we've learned something. Okay, that didn't work. But the one thing that we know that we did do was push through the limitations, the fears, right? And overcome at least that, and at least be willing to give things a go and take a risk, right? Not all risks are going to pay off, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that you're wrong. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. So, if you can kind of try and work with that or try to remind yourself of that, then even if it doesn't go right, you're not going to feel some type of way about it, because you're going to be able to put it into perspective of what did it give you? Did it give you more resilience? Did it give you the ability to, go after things when in the past maybe you didn't, right? It's either way, you're going to gain something. It's just about finding what it is that it actually gave you and allowing your perspective to shift so that there is some type of gain, to even when other people look at it as a loss, so when it looks like a loss to somebody else, like for me, for instance, when somebody's looking at something that goes on with my life and thinks it's a loss, people don't realize I've already reframed it in my mind and I've already worked through it to work out, okay, what was this supposed to give me? Because it's spirit aren't cruel to the point where, like, there's nothing there of value. There is always something. 222's on my screen. There is always something there of value. It's just your perception and how you decide or choose to see things, or whether you decide or choose to see things, right? And not get so disheartened by the fact that what you wanted didn't work out, because that's the problem with attachment, right? When you're attached to the outcome of what you're manifesting, then you're so fixed on it being a failure because the end result wasn't achieved, or didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, that we failed to recognize everything in between, right? And maybe the everything in between, the choice and it not working out the way you want it to, is exactly what you needed. But unless you're gonna, again, look at it from different angles and not just look at the end result and then get disheartened, then you're never going to find that benefit or what it was there to teach you, right? So with the King of Swords, it's about, again, like, seeing the bigger picture as well with what is this supposed to teach us, it's not there to make us feel insecure. It's, again, there for us to be able to then navigate the next situation. But if you don't pick up the tools between, the choice and the ending, then you're not going to be able to apply that to your next situation. All right, so well, I mean, that's the thing, right? Don't, and that's why it's so important to, when you're the kind of person, or you're at that level where you're not 100% confident in the decisions you make, and whether they go to plan how you planned them or not, you're comfortable with that being the possibility. I personally wouldn't share certain things with certain people, so that it doesn't impact, like, the confidence levels. Shield yourself and protect yourself on that, in that sense. So then you don't have to sit there and get all up in your head about, oh shit, what, and if you're wrong, who cares? Who gives a fuck? Great. On to the next thing, right? It's not like going through life intentionally making bad and poor choices, right? It's not like you're in a position where, the choices that you're making are bad ones, even to choose for oneself, because we know they're going to lead to, disaster or shit going pear-shaped, right? Like, this is something that's, has a potential to be a positive thing for you. So why wouldn't we try it, right? Okay, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But it's not like, you dived into the deep end on the dark side, right? You're diving into something that's, could be positive for you. That's a risk worth taking, I think, in my opinion. But just don't share it with people that, aren't going to pump you up. If you're worried about that, just don't communicate it with them until you're able to work through it, or you've worked through it to the point where, people can say, oh, are you sure about that? And you're like, yeah, I'm still going to do it anyway. You're like, no, I'm not sure, but I'm still going to do it anyway, right? Until you get to that point, just don't share it, or only share it with the people that 100% are going to continue to, encourage and boost your confidence, rather than make you question yourself, right? Because it's not up to any of us. It's not even up to me to tell you, what the benefit or what but it's up to you to find what was it? What is it in all experiences that helps you to get to the next level, right? So again, it might look different to somebody on the outside if things don't go a certain way, but if you're able to break it down and see what the divine actually did offer you in that experience, then you're not at a loss, right? It'll just look like that to other people, but that's your business, nobody else's. So just don't say shit to people, right? Don't say shit to people, because they will, right? They will fuck your positive energy and make you feel like you're wrong, you know? Good. Make it, yeah, exactly. Make it better. Make it better. I feel like that's where as well, like you're having that shift. And that's, I think, been probably the most important one for you, Amber, with, you know, the things that you've wanted to do and change. Like, you know, that's been a really important step for you, is still making the choices, even though, you know, you are worried about being wrong because people have said, oh, well, what if you're wrong? But, you know, you've been brave, right? Like that bravery. And there's so many people that don't just do it, you know, that won't still make the choice because all of a sudden everyone's gotten in their head and they're like, well, fuck, you know, like, but you know, it again, it takes a certain level of strength to kind of push through that shit. And, you know, again, that's another thing that just the circumstances of people having opinions has taught you, or that it's able to teach you, is that, you know, yeah, okay, I might get a little bit rattled when people say shit, but hey, I've still got, you know, enough strength and resilience to push through those fears to still make the choice to do it anyway, right? Like that's a huge thing, right? That's huge, because most people would be like, oh, okay, like, no, I'm not going to do it because everyone says I can't, you know? It'd be like me not doing what I'm doing, right? Just because everyone thought I couldn't, you know, because where my life was at. Well, then I'd be in a real fucked up place, wouldn't I? You know, I'd be in a much worse place than what I was before fucking everything went to shit. So that's where you've got to sometimes you just got to bet on yourself, you know, and trust that you've betted on the right team. Even if nobody else believes it, right? You got to believe in you. But again, that's just where other people's energy is at. If they're skeptical, if they're pessimistic, if they have a lot of doubt and fear, then of course they're going to put that on you, right? Of course they're going to put that on you. I'm like, spirit couldn't say it any louder to you, girl, right? But happiness is a choice. You can decide upon it right now. You know, it's time to put an end to, you know, the idea of, or what other people's ideas of your happiness is, right? It's, again, with the third party energy there, it's too many people getting involved in your decisions, right? And you just went with Athena, right? You just need to have confidence. That's all you need, is to have confidence that you're moving in the direction that you need to for you, whether that be for the job, the whatever. You know that there's something that you're going to gain through the experience one way or another, right? Yeah, with Cosmos, good order, right? It's helping you to expand, right? Your experiences, your experience is helping you to expand. Okay, so this could be a bit of a test, right? This could be, again, yeah, too many people in your business, right? So just don't, and I know it's hard, right? Because we want to share those good things, you know, like we want that support, but you know, we've got to recognize who's actually supportive and of good support, who's actually going to be damaging and a hindrance to the path, you know, and how healed are they? Because healed people don't put doubt and fear or project doubt and fear into others, you know. No worries, beautiful. Thank you, Sparks. Appreciate you, beautiful. But yeah, like, you know, when other people don't believe in themselves, then they're going to project that in their advice, their guidance, you know. And it's like we've said before, babe, and you've heard me say this before, you know, like would I take advice about my 5-year plan from somebody who doesn't have one? Fuck no, right? Like, because I'm not going to get anything out of somebody who hasn't actually done that work. So in the same sense, right, these yeah, with new beginnings and the heart card, right, follow your heart in this new beginning, right? That's all you need to do, is follow your heart. I mean, you may need to plan some sort of defense and defend what it is that's making you happy, you know, because that's what it is. It's what's making you happy, right? It's not about what's going to make them happy. And I mean, like I said, either way, right, goes good or bad, people are going to have shit to say. If it doesn't go the way that you'd like it to, then yes, of course they're going to say shit. But you're going to have to kind of block that out, and again, still see all the other lessons in between and all the other things that you did gain, like from the experience, right? Which it's not about them, it's not for them, and they might not ever understand, right? But it's not for them to understand. It's your journey. But I'll always be here to support you. I'll always be here to, boost your confidence and tell you that you can, right? And remind you that, yeah, I mean, look, things that I've done things that I've put energy and effort and time into, they don't always go to plan. They don't always work out the way that I want them to. But I now can always see what I have gotten out of the situation. Therefore, I don't feel like it was a failure, or, that I didn't achieve something. I still got something, but I'm able to recognize it now. That's the difference. In the past, I couldn't recognize it, and so everything just felt like a failure. So reframing, right? Reframing is going to be your best friend. Just reframe those thoughts, and just keep doing, what you're doing, because you've made so much progress. Danielle, how are you, beautiful? How are you going? How is everybody? Hope everyone's doing good, man. Hope everyone's good. So weird, the weather at the moment. Like it's cold some days, and then it's like warm on a day like today. Yeah, exactly. You've made such a huge leap just in the process of going, you know what, I'm gonna fucking, like, did you ever think that you would even travel to go have that interview? Because I at one point, I think you didn't even believe that you would ever get to the point where you would overcome enough even to just be able to take that leap of faith, And I remember when you came in that day and you were like, oh, I'm doing that. And I was just like, what? I'm like, what? When did this happen, right? But that's what we'd been working you up towards, right? So even if that's what you've gained out of this experience, and having that kind of courage, then that's fucking awesome. Like, what more? Like, this is the thing, when people are so 3D based, right? They're looking at like dollars and cents and like, what you've got as being what you've gotten from the success, right? People don't see like the success on the inside, right? The internal success, the shifts that happen within that are actually like big picture success, right? They're like skills and tools that will carry you for the rest of your lifetime, that you'll be able to apply to various situations. That's, people don't understand like the hidden success that people have even in our failures, right? But again, like, unless you're aware, of the fact that just because the end result wasn't successful doesn't mean that you didn't gain something, or you weren't successfully gaining something. Like, if they don't see it, then they're never going to, they're just not going to see it. You got 2 more next week? Good, awesome. I love it. Well, yeah, and that was good, right? That was you also, learning that lesson of, we don't settle for anything less than what we know we deserve, right? So, babe, 6 of Wands is here. Either way, you're going to have success, right? And it's not going to be, and it's not, it doesn't have to be in the way that other people view success. It's your personal success. My personal success, or what I'm trying to succeed at isn't what people will necessarily see on the outside, right? They won't necessarily see that on the outside of my life. A lot of the things that I'm trying to succeed at are internal shifts, right? So people might not necessarily see those. I will feel them though, and that's what's important, right? Not what's out there. So, so you can do your own, I love that, road trip, and enjoy it, enjoy that, I like long drives. Long drives are nice. I like long drives, walk along the beach. I'm just being a dick. But I think you need to give yourself so much more credit, because you've already succeeded at something that you thought you never would, right? You've already won, babe. You've already won. You've already done it, now you're just doing more. But again, split the deck back on that 6 of Wands, right? I love that energy. So, I think you will. I think you will prove a lot of people wrong. And it's not about you trying to prove them wrong. It's just you trying to better yourself and expand and grow is just going to naturally, It's just naturally going to prove people wrong about you, which I love. I love that. All right. If anybody else would like to jump in and get a reading. How are you, Andrew? It has been a minute. It has been a minute. Has been a hot minute. How have you been doing anyway, Andrew? You good? You're welcome, beautiful. Anytime. Another one of my star students. I think Rach loves when I call her star student. I think it just her ego loves it. Question about, so you got general? You can't be too specific because it's always well, you know, what's wrong with a specific question though, right? What's wrong with this? You can ask a specific question. I mean, otherwise general, we could get anything. Anything could come up. But if you want general, I can do general. Otherwise, if you want a specific question, ask a specific. Specific. I'm trying to speak English. Oh my God. I need some water. That's what I needed to look at. Oh my God, the way you wrote that. Go, man. How we could be here a while with that question, right? You know, we could be here a while. He's very insecure. That's hard. That is a hard one. I was just looking at something. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Holy shit. Sorry. It's just one of the downloads I got for this person, right? I was just like, hard to look something up in my crystal healing guide. And I was like, yeah, something, it all makes sense, right? It all makes sense. Anyway, all right, let's get into yours. He's insecure. It's hard, right? Because then he will always project shit onto you as well from his insecurities. All right. Is it within his power to change? Is it within his power to change? So what is this that he doesn't like about himself? Because I don't know, if it's within his power to change, then he needs to address it, right? He's definitely not happy. He's definitely not a happy camper. Nine of Cups in the reverse. I don't know. Is he doing anything in excess as well? Is he, does he tend to like overly overeat, or I don't know. This could also be overindulgence of some sort of form as well. You find it really really hard to like work with him. You find it really, really hard to work with him. Like, you're like trying to work with him together on anything when it comes to this. It's heavy, right? And it's so fucking hard. He feels weighed down by responsibility, right? He feels weighed down by responsibility, right? And his unhappiness, okay? So what's this about? Okay. Babes, I'm going to say it to you like this, right? This is how I'm going to say it. There's something that's been playing on your mind, right? Like you've been thinking about also like that. Wheel of Fortune, you've been thinking about a particular change. Wheel of Fortune, Death card, Justice, okay. Hierophant in reverse. Have you ever mentioned this to him, that goes through your mind from time to time because you don't know what else to kind of do in the situation? I can see that you're very frustrated. You're very, very frustrated, but you're holding back on making that plan, right? You haven't moved forward on that or mentioned that's been that's on your mind, right? But I'm getting like the, I'm getting more of whether you've said it or whether it just plays on your mind, right? You've thought about the ending, right? Or a finality, right? You've thought about that being the potential because it's so hard, right? It's so hard to get that change to happen on his end, right? But it plays on your mind, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, no, you're not the problem, right? You're not the problem. I mean, how do you say that? Like, how are you the problem? I can't see it like that. I'm not seeing it quite like that. Um, is it what the problem is because you're wanting something to change? Is that why you're the problem? You're just trying to create change here. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to create a change, a shift in the energy, but it's hard when somebody else doesn't want to, right? When they keep making bad decisions, they don't want to awaken. But it's not working. I can see that. I can see that much. It's definitely not working. All right, let's have a look. What's Spirit's advice on how to handle it, right? Like, we'll have a look at what Spirit or how Spirit are advising you to handle it. But yeah, it's if you can't have that communication, that conversation, it's hard. How the fuck are you meant to get any change to happen if you can't even talk to a person? If every time that you even mention anything, they get so upset or, avoid the conversation, or it ends up breaking out into something bigger than it needed to be because somebody's triggered, right? Like, you can't fucking live like that forever, that over time, like, you lose yourself over time, right? And then it'll just get worse and worse. Oh, almost just threw that there. Hold up. All right, Spirit, what advice would you give in these circumstances, how to handle this situation? It's too many, way too many. I don't know why I just got like too many times, right? Too many times. I don't know, again, like it's been a lot, like this has come up a lot, right? But something's happened too many times or something of that nature. Oh. Give me more of that. Explain that. So, okay, so the problem with the problem as to why, it's like we can talk about it, like we can always talk about it. There's so much talking that people can do about a particular problem, but unless there's an actual active plan, then it's still going to keep circling back into the same toxicity, right? So Spirit are like, in order for there to be change within the marriage, then we need to, we need to move to a place of calm, right? We need to move to a place of calm, right? Look at what's fair and balanced, right? Because things could be very one-sided in your situation, right? But there needs to be balance here, right? The connection needs to be nurtured more in order for there to be that shift, okay? But it requires a plan, okay, is what I'm kind of getting. In order to have that, it requires a plan, a truth, ideas. It's like we're going to come up with ideas together on how we're going to move forward from this, not just as a couple, but as individuals, right? As an individual. So he might need to do some like individual work on himself, okay? But Spirit's guidance here is, we need to stop fighting about what it is and actually make some sort of plan as to how we're going to navigate through it, right? So if you can agree to plans, because right now it's like there's no focus, there's nothing to focus on, so it's going to keep coming back up because there's been no plans here to release, or to, again, like work through and move through it, right? That's why everyone's unhappy. But it needs to be equal, right? Both parties need to come to the table in order to make this work, right? In order to bring that passion back, that energy back, right? It's going to require, again, like ideas, collaboration, both of you coming together and having that conversation of what you can both do together, right? And work through it. Nat, how are you, beautiful? Steve, no, I'm not Italian. Negative. I can speak a little bit, but no, I'm not Italian. But yeah, it's going to take like a working together, you know, and again, coming up with an active plan, whether that be counseling, therapy, whatever it is, right? Is again like, and then individually working on and having a plan as to, you know, what needs to be worked on, how to work through it, etc., and then sticking to that plan. But when you've got no actual plan and nothing's been agreed upon, then it's just going to keep cycling. We keep talking about it, but no change happens. So whether you can, you know, if you can sort of have a conversation and try to navigate, you know, lead the conversation with that being the idea of, okay, you know, let's call in some help, or let's do something a bit more productive than just conversate, and try to commit to that, then that's the first step. Otherwise, you know what happens when it gets left, right? You know that if nothing gets done, it's only going to get worse, right? And then you still have choices to make, right? Do I accept the way things are, or do I not? And then you're going to have to go through, like, you know, the whole unraveling of that question. No, I'm not Indigenous. What's with all the questions about what's with all the questions about the who's, right? Who and where? Who and where is she? Where's she from? What is she? I mean, does it matter? Does it matter? Like, does it matter? I'm a child of the earth. I'm Indigenous to the earth. Who are you? You're Anna. Hey, Anna. That's who you are, babes. I don't know. I usually, you know, in other people's minds, I'm whoever the fuck they think I am, you know? I'm whoever people seem to think I am. To my ex, I'm something. To, you know, other people, I'm something else, right? Again, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. How are you, Anna? How are you doing, beautiful? The lineage, though? Yeah. I get it, but no, I'm not Indigenous. Are you sure you want to get to know me? Are you sure? Well, they're not mine, Danielle. That's why, babes. They're not mine. I have none. I barely have any. You know? I barely have any. And they're short and straight, and there's very few of them. So, but thank you. Thanks for the compliment, babes. Appreciate it. Oh, babes, I'm so sorry to hear that. 2 on 1 day. Well, can I ask how? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that, beautiful. My condolences. Never. I mean, even if you don't have the best relationship with your mother, you know, even if you got trauma, but it's so hard. It's hard losing a parent. It's not easy, right? I get it. I lost my mum when I was 17, so I get it. I get it. Far out. Lots going on in one family. How are you coping? How are you coping? I mean, I'd like to say it gets easier, right? It does get easier, right? It does get easier. Do we ever stop missing them? No. You never stop. Like, it never stops. You never stop, you know, hoping, or, you know, wishing that you could have had more time with them. But you do eventually get used to it. You lost your dad a year ago. Yeah. And look, you know, you'll find times throughout your whole life, Anna, where you know, there'll be moments, right? I don't know how old you are, or, you know, if you've still got milestone experiences that you're going to go through. You know, those were hard ones for me when, you know, having my kids, or when I got married the first time, and, you know, shit like that. They were things that, you know, definitely sort of brought up emotions for me when, when those events happened. But yeah, I'm sorry to hear about your dad too, as well. It's I don't think it matters whether you're have a strained relationship or not. You always feel it. Well, that's good. Good. It's good that you can connect with her. It took me a while, to be able to connect with my mum, but that was because I still had issues with the connection. Orbs on the camera. Yeah. I think it's probably harder though the other way around, right? When parents lose children, I my grandparents, my mum's parents lost 2 kids in 6 months, so they buried 2 of their children in 6 months, and that I mean, my grandparents were never the same after that. They weren't the same after that at all. It was like it's like they went to at that time. They just weren't the same after it. I mean, it's hard as well when it's like unexpected, when you don't know. I guess for me, like we knew my mum was passing away, like she had terminal cancer. So, and even though, I mean, even when you're prepared for it, you're still not prepared. But I couldn't imagine like losing somebody, just quickly, right, or unexpectedly. Like that would just, yeah, that would be shocking for sure. And at least, I mean, look, I know it would have been probably traumatizing for you, Anna, like being there when it happened, but at least she had you there when it all went down, which is, would have been comforting for her to have you there. Yeah, yep, different circumstances will definitely create different kind of feelings for sure. For sure. It's like, people who died, at young ages, like it's sad, it's tragic. I mean, look, I think for me, like experiencing my mum passing away when I was so young, when my grandparents or when it was grandparents, like, it wasn't as an emotional hit for me as it was when it was my mum. Like my mum's mum passed away just before Christmas last year. And I, I'm going to be honest. I didn't cry or shed one tear, right? I didn't shed one tear. I mean, I hadn't seen my grandma in a couple of years. We'd had a falling out. But I mean, this was the grandma that raised me. This was the grandmother that raised me, right? So we were very, very close. But I think for me, it was, man, I've got this fly in here because I kept the door open yesterday. Anyway, I think for me, having that early on death so young, it just doesn't hit me as much when it's like the older generations who have lived their lives and are getting old, right? It's just old age, dying from old age or things like that. I don't know, it didn't get me in my feels like it did, when it was my mum. And look, maybe I'm a little bit, I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit numb to it after going through that as a teenager. But to me, it's like when they're at the end of life and stuff like that. It's like, well, that's the cycle of life. As somebody who, don't get me wrong, happy to live as long as I'm meant to live for, but I don't fear death because I know that it's not an ending. Because I know with every ending always comes a new beginning, right? This energy always exists, and I know as humans we hold on to 3D reality so fucking tightly. Um, but it's, yeah, I don't know. I guess I just look at life and death a little bit differently, where it's not uncomfortable anymore. Yeah. Yeah, it's just weird. It's not that, again, like I didn't feel it or I wasn't sad. It's just that it just didn't hit as much where I was like, felt it like on that emotional level. Like, I think if anything, like I felt more sad for my grandfather. He's my last living grandparent. I felt more sad for him because of like what he lost. Right? It's not my again, and I think as well, it's a little bit different when I think it's not in your household as well. Sometimes as well, like it affects you differently when it's not somebody that. Like for my grandfather, he'll be feeling that every day. Her existence, not her not being there. Like, of course, he's going to notice that every day, right? Like, and that's the same with, like, when my mum passed away, like, it was, our household changed. So, you know, I felt it, right? But when it was other circumstances, yeah, it's just different because it doesn't, you know, it didn't affect my household, so it felt different. Yeah, that's it. That's it. We come, we go, right? The energy, our soul. You know, again, depends on what your beliefs are, whether you're religious or spiritual, and what you believe in, whether you believe in past lives and reincarnation and things like that. But to me, it's just, you know, we never really die. It never really dies. Oh, wow. Wow. Were they still together though? Like, obviously they were still married, but though obviously were they separated? I mean, that's a bit fucking rough though. Like, I mean, even just out of respect for your children, right? Like, you do the right thing, you know? But yeah, that's a little bit disappointing. Oh, wow. Wow. Talk about talk about a long double life, right? Wow. That's, I mean, like, as the other woman, 15 years, man, like, and you, what kind of a person would you have to be, right, to put yourself in circumstances like that to begin with? You know? That's kind of, that just blows my mind, right? Like, what the fuck you hanging around for? Like, you know, that's, yeah. Well, I mean, you can clearly see that people don't value themselves, right? When they're happy to settle for that kind of behavior, right? Wow. That's just like, but I just think to like myself, like, being that other woman, right? Like, you're just a girlfriend, right? Like, what if he can lie to his wife and his kids and his family, right? What, she thinks he's honest with her? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's just bizarre. That's just weird. Yeah, right. I don't know, man. Like, people, I don't know. Some people just, yeah, don't 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 have a conscience like that, right? They just don't, and don't value themselves too, right? Enough to, yeah. Sad for your mum though, right? Like, sad for your mum. Like, what was his reason? Like, what was his reason for not just, you know, doing the right thing? I don't understand, right? That's a long fucking time, man. A long time to not get busted, right? Like, that's just, yeah, insane. Insane, babe. Insane. Like, do you have to do your lawns right now? Like, do these people have to be doing their lawns right now? Can they do them later? She's like, can you just do it later when I'm not streaming? Well, I don't reckon I'll be on for too much longer. I'll jump off soon and get a couple of other things done before I go pick up the kids. Why not? How are you, beautiful? No circuses today, please and thank you. Interesting. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Like, I mean, you did a good job covering that up for a while. If I have a chance, a specific question. Grandkids on the cards for your husband. You want grandkids? Are you that kind of parent which like do you just like keep nagging, or do you have a tendency to put a bit of pressure on the kids to hurry up and have babies? I mean, like, I know, again, like different generations, right? Like, I mean, there are some people like going, you know what, we don't want to have kids at all, man, right? Like, 'cause this world's so fucked up. But we can have a look at that. We can have a look. Probably keen to be a grandparent, huh? Yeah. My dad said the same thing and then never fucking helped me out once. Never helped out once, right? Love that. Gen Z don't want, yeah. Well, I don't know. What is it, right? Like, what is it? Is it the way that the world is? Is that generation's like, more about themselves, their career? I mean, I know, like, when we talk about, like, on a financial fucking level, it's hard to on the like for financially to have kids and have it all, right? It's hard. But let's have a look. Let's have a look. Um, I don't know. You could have some pretty resistant. There might be a bit of resistance here, right? With the Hierophant coming out in reverse, like this is energy wanting to go against the grain. Eight of Swords in reverse in order to have freedom. It's to have freedom. I think that's again your kids. You got more than one. I don't know if there's more than one, but if there is kids, it looks like they are slightly non-traditional, or aren't too keen on following tradition. Okay, they like their freedom. They like the liberation, right? Not being tied down, not being bound to responsibility or anything that makes them feel stuck. That's the energy that it's giving me there with the Hierophant in reverse and the Eight of Swords in reverse. That two sons. Your brother has two daughters. Well, look, you might get some some nieces and nephews via that direction. I mean, look, at least you got to have your own kids, but yeah, it looks like they enjoy their freedom, right? And that might not be the case forever. Yeah, I'm gonna say they're focused on Ten of Pentacles, right? They're focused on money, okay, as opposed to family, right? So they could be, again, like more business focused, more focused on personal success, as opposed to having the Ten of Cups situation. Which, look, each to their own, right? But I get it, because even me, my kids are still, like, my son's 8, my daughter will be 7 in August, and even I think about, like, what it's going to be like being a grandparent. Yeah, they're more focused, again, like on expansion, ideas, what they're working on, they're focused on other stuff at the moment. So, again, the choices that they're going to make up ahead could go any different way, right? Again, it'll depend on who they meet. Like, maybe their partners can't or won't or don't want to, right? But right now, yeah, no, right now, they're just focused on what they're doing for them, right? Which is fine. It's good. They need their stability, right? They need that. They're focused on what their wishes are, all right? So could be, but at the moment, all I'm seeing is, no, a little bit non-conventional, going against the grain, a little bit different, but, anything could change over time. You're not in any hurry, you're just curious. She's like, I just want to know. I just want to know. I want to know. Well, look, like you said, at least Spirit, you've got a dog that you've got to look after. And hopefully, like, if your sons don't, then your nieces do, and you'll still be able to, sniff a freshborn baby's head at some point without doing it to a stranger in the supermarket. Because we can't do that, right? We can't do that. That's wrong. You shouldn't do that. Oh, shit. All right, where was I next? I'm like, was I anywhere next? Man, I've got this fucking thing that just wants to get out of my eye. I don't even know what you were that got in my eye, but you need to get out. You've been there far too long. Far too long. Yeah, people don't go sniffing newborn babies' heads, strangers' babies' heads. Like, don't do that. That's no, that's a bit, you know. We shouldn't do that. Oh. Oh, interesting. Oh, now that I pull all that together. Can I try and spell right if I'm going to type all of that? There we go. There we go. All right. What time is it? Where are we at? What have we done? 1, 2, 3 on the timer. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. What's in my... Oh. I was like, what's in my pocket? My eye drops. My eye drops are in my pocket. I thought I better just bring them out here just in case they start getting itchy as well and I need to put them in, but I don't. We're good. All right, I think I am going to jump off. Again, internet's getting sorted tomorrow, so I'm getting a faster connection, which will be good. So I won't be on tomorrow. So it'll be my Wednesday now, which for you guys over in the States will be Tuesday night. So I will catch you guys again on Tuesday. On Tuesday, we might just jump straight into an all 12 signs current energy, just so that we get a bit of variety, and then we might move on to some personals again. We'll just see what goes on, right? I'm again, like, I'm being guided to shift as well with the way that I'm doing things and, you know, where I'm placing myself. So, you know, I probably, you know, just, again, there won't be as much here, but that's because I've got other stuff that I'm trying to work on as well at the same time. But the channel will still always, you know, I will still be on here, just not as full on as what I once maybe thought it was going to be. Because again, I've just got other things that need to be created that I can't do when I'm on here. So I love you guys. Have a good sleep, have a good rest, and I will see you guys in 2 days' time. But if anybody needs anything, again, description box, you guys can reach out if you need to. But I love you guys so much, and thank you guys for your love, your support, donations, all the wonderful, juicy things that you guys do. I fucking appreciate you guys so much, and I will see you guys soon, all right? Love you. Bye.